You want to get more leads to grow your business, right? Here's how you get them. You know how you don't get them? You don't just hire a marketing agency and ask for leads and demand them. And then you realize that the way they get them is unsustainable. And then it's inconsistent. So what happens a lot of times as business owners is we start our business word of mouth, and we end up doing jobs kind of for cheaper to kind of get our name out there. And then word of mouth starts to pick up, right? And we're like, man, I want to grow my business.
Yeah.
Word of mouth slows down. I need to get more leads like now, pronto. So we hire a marketing company. Marketing company gives you unrealistic expectations, so that way they can sell you leads because you think you need more leads. What happens is we need to build a brand. If you want to stay in business for more than 10 years, like, you got to understand 65% of businesses go out of business according to the US docs that I was just doing research on.
Right, yeah.
So you need to build a brand. A brand is how you last. That is something beyond just leads. Leads are a byproduct of having a great brand and a great delivery business model that offers a good product or service to the client. So let's talk about, you guys thought you were coming here and how to figure out how to get more leads, right? But then you realized maybe that is just a byproduct of something else now.
Yeah.
So let's talk about building a brand. What are the first 3 steps to building a brand?
So when you're building a brand for your business, as Bailey mentioned, it's very important to set yourself apart from other brands. So when we take on a client and we start a journey of building their brand identity, we do a few first initial steps. We consult with the client and get some background about their business, where they see themselves, where they are now, what their goals are, what they want to look like, who their competitors are, what their competitors look like. We do local research and kind of get to the point where we've evaluated their industry and their stance within their industry. So that's kind of step 1, back-end research. Step 2 would be starting the actual brand creation process, which would include if they don't have a name picked out already, we help choose a name for them or come up with a name, or if they do have a name, we go with that name. A tagline is very helpful when it comes to a brand. If you have a tagline, cool. We might help refine it, or we might come up with a tagline for you. And that tagline encapsulates in just a few words as a descriptor to your logo and to what your brand actually is. So not necessary, but sometimes it's good to have as what's called a lockup, when you lock up your logo with your tagline, okay? From there, we go ahead and we work with our client on concepts. So concepts, what do you not like the look of? What do you like the look of? Do you have logos or brands that you absolutely can't stand looking at, or do you have a brand that you look up to and you would like to try to achieve that level of statement? That helps us weed out what's good and what's bad in the eyes of our client to help us really hone in the process and start to simplify the process of creating a brand for them. From that point, we start the logo creation process. We take all the information we've just collected, we've gotten feedback with our client, we really feel them out with an in-person meeting to really get a good vibe for them, not just through email. We'd like to get emotional reaction and see the reactions, facial expressions, and the excitement or the lack of when it comes to interviewing the client, basically. So we go to logo creation phase, and your logo is really an integral part of your brand because that is the icon.
Can't just be clip art like all of us get when we first start.
No, let's not pull things from Canva. Let's not screenshot Google. Let's not find something on the ground and scan it.
Vistaprint is what I did. I paid $20. Right?
Okay. And you know, some of those logos can be attractive.
Right.
But as you get deeper into your brand and deeper into your business, you'll look back on those initial quick logos and realize, I wish I would have done it right from the beginning.
100%.
And that's what we do. We do it right from the beginning. We create custom logos, and that custom logo sets you apart from your competitors for a couple of reasons. They can't go and access that same clip art, so you're not rolling around with someone else that may have chose that same picture of a guy with a pickaxe or whatever it may be, right?
And it's just generic. It looks like a cheap brand, all of those things.
Yep.
Now let's jump to the third thing. What is the third thing that, now whether you hire us and or you need to do these things on your own, what's the third step to creating a brand. So we got like market research and developing that stuff.
Yep.
Then kind of name, tagline, logo.
Yep.
What is the third step that people should consider to helping build a brand?
Okay, so that third step will be after logo creation, and part of that, to not skip a step in there, we hone in on the brand colors, the brand look, the aesthetics, the graphics, and what the overall color palette vibe graphics will look like.
Perfect.
From there, we now have an established brand look and vibe, and we're ready to go to the next phase, to part 3 of that, and that is creating the website for the client, right? Having a very strong and unique web presence is huge these days. It is very easy to get lost in the noise. Our means of searching and researching and reaching out to services has changed over the years. Making yourself stand out and amongst the sea of services, offers, and other companies is huge. So we do that with a website. The website has to be beautiful, has to be functional, has to be light, has to read well on your desktop, has to read well on any mobile device. So that's something we scrutinize as well for the user experience when you do hit the website.
One of the things that we'll talk about in our next video series is lead conversion on your website. And so that is actually extremely important. There's a lot of people that'll visit your storefront but not convert. So we want them to convert to being a real lead, right? Again, how do you get more leads? It starts with building a brand. The next steps is going into being a great business that has a great product or service. So many people misunderstand how you get more leads. It's not hiring a marketing company just to go out and find more leads. You can do that, but that method is unsustainable to a point. If the service or product and or brand is weak. So again, if the brand is weak or the delivery, the goods or the service sucks,
it's only gonna get you so far.
That marketing is unsustainable for any business. You can only throw so many dollars at marketing to promote something that's not good. You have to have a great product or service, or else they're gonna bash you on there. You're gonna have a lot of bad reviews.
100%.
Yeah, like the word gets around really fast. And so the fastest way to get more leads, first, build a brand. Second, make sure your service is incredible. And here's the third most important thing. After your service is incredible and the customer had a great experience, get a review and a recommendation. What do I mean by recommendation? Get a referral for them. Who are 3 people that you could see using our service after they said your service or product was good? That was one of the biggest ways that we were able to get new leads, is by talking to happy customers and them saying, oh, actually my brother-in-law needs this service. My sister needs this service. They were just saying that they fired their ex-service guy. And
it's a whole trust building scenario. With the leads, the trust in the brand is your foundation into being hired for your service and into the leads you're looking for.
So many people get caught in the leads game. I'm just gonna hire a marketing company. Like, you cannot just hire a marketing company. Your fulfillment has to be great. Your company has to be great. Your team members have to be trained well. So it's a lot of times, if you have a lead problem, it's typically not a lead problem. It's a brand problem and or one of the other things that we talked about.
That's too true. Having that good service, establishing that trust from the beginning gets you in the door, and then your service carries you. You can sell a pile of dirt if you brand it correctly. Think of the pet rock. It was a rock and sold an amazing amount of units. If that brand looks right, if the message looks right, you could sell almost anything.
Look up the story on Miracle Grow, the dirt company. It's an incredible story. We're not going to go over it now, but it's what an incredible story they had, and very much so successfully. They're all over Home Depot. They're the most premium dirt out there, and it's incredible. For sure. Incredible brand story.
Yeah, I'm gonna use some of that after we get done recording here out in the garden. So
fire, there you go, fire. I love it. So you don't have a lead problem, you probably have a brand problem. Let's chat. You can join our community now. Here's a link down below, and we'd love to be able to talk to you and help you out. Also, we'll throw down a PDF below the video for the step-by-step how to improve your brand so you can do it yourself.
Yeah, nice free guide for you.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.